Imagine planning your dream vacation for years. An Alaskan glacier cruise, a Mediterranean odyssey, or a Caribbean island hopping adventure. You've saved, you've dreamed, you're ready to book, but then you hit a wall. Sorry, we're full. This port is closed to cruise ships. Environmental restrictions prevent us from visiting. The cruise industry is facing a crisis that could dramatically change your travel plans. With a record-breaking 35.7 million passengers expected to set sail in 2024, iconic destinations are literally closing their doors to cruise ships. Venice has banned them from its historic center. Alaska's glaciers are becoming off-limits. The Norwegian fjords are setting a deadline for zero-emission ships only. This isn't just an industry problem, it's your problem. Your bucket list destinations, they might become impossible to visit by cruise ship. Your favorite affordable vacation option? Prices are skyrocketing as access becomes more limited. The cruise experience you know and love, it's evolving into something you might not recognize or be able to afford. Why should you care? Because the future of cruise tourism will reshape not just your vacation plans, but the global economy, local communities, and the environment. The cruise industry stands at a crossroads, its future being rewritten before our eyes. As the clock ticks and the tide turns, the decisions made today will determine whether cruising remains accessible or becomes an exclusive luxury. The golden age we once knew is fading into the sunset, but what will this sea change mean for travelers like you? Sail with us as we chart these uncharted waters and discover new horizons of cruise tourism. Hey there, I'm Evan with Family at Sea, and today we're embarking on a journey to uncover the future of cruise tourism. What you just saw isn't a far-off scenario, it's happening right now, and it's reshaping the entire industry. In this video, we'll be diving deep into why the booming popularity of cruises is becoming a double-edged sword, how your favorite ports like Venice, Juneau, and Key West are just the first that are fighting back against over-tourism, why environmental regulations could make or break your future cruise plans, the rise of private islands and luxury experiences, and what it means for budget travelers, and emerging destinations and cruise styles that could redefine your cruise vacation options. And by the end of this video, you'll understand why your dream cruise itinerary might become impossible or unaffordable in the near future, how to adapt your cruise plans to stay ahead of industry changes, and what the cruise experience of tomorrow might look like, and whether it's right for you. So grab your life jacket because we're about to navigate some choppy waters. The future of cruising is setting sail, and you won't want to miss the ship. So if you're ready, I am. Let's go. Before we dive into the heart of our investigation, I wanted to take a moment to connect with you, my audience. This video marks my first venture into investigative journalism, and I'm both excited and a little nervous to share it with you. The cruise industry's challenges with over-tourism and environmental concerns are complex issues that affect not just travelers, but also local communities and our planet as a whole. After watching this video, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Did you find this type of content interesting? Would you like to see more investigative pieces like this in the future? And if so, are there any specific aspects of this topic or others you'd like me to explore further in upcoming videos? Your feedback will help shape the direction of my future content, so be a part of this story yourself and share your thoughts below. And I need your support another way as well. Creating investigative content like this requires a significant investment of time, effort, and resources. If you appreciate the work that goes into these videos and want to see more, please consider liking this video and subscribing to my channel. Your support, whether it's a simple like, a subscription, or sharing this video with others who might find it interesting, truly means the world to me. It's what keeps me motivated to continue creating content that informs, engages, and hopefully makes a positive impact. Thank you for being here and for your support. Now let's dive into the cruise industry's current challenges and what they might mean for the future of cruise travel. Let's start by diving into why cruising has become the vacation of choice for millions. It's affordable, it's convenient, and it lets you island hop without ever repacking your suitcase. In 2023, we saw nearly 32 million cruise passengers, already surpassing the pre-pandemic levels. And the industry isn't slowing down, with 40 million passengers expected to set sail in 2025 and 50 million by 2030. But here's the rub. As ships have grown to accommodate more than 7,000 passengers, popular ports have struggled struggled to keep up. Venice, for example, has been dealing with 1.5 million cruise passengers a year, putting a serious strain on its historic canals and local population. It's a classic case of too much of a good thing, and it's forcing destinations to take drastic measures. To manage this flood of tourists, many popular destinations are introducing new regulations. Juneau, a city of just 32,000 residents in Alaska, saw a staggering 1.65 million cruise passengers in 2023. To preserve their slice of paradise, they're seeking to cap daily visitors to 16,000 on weekdays, 12,000 on Saturdays, and making Sundays completely off limits for cruise ships beginning in 2026. For cruisers, this could mean fewer options and higher prices for Alaska itineraries. And other ports and local communities will be keeping a close eye on things and may follow suit themselves after they see how things go there in Juneau. Down in Florida's Key West, it's been a real tug of war. Locals voted to limit cruise passengers to 1,500 per day, but the state overturned it, removing the cap. It's a classic clash between economic benefits and environmental concerns, and it's a clash that's likely far from over, something we'll likely see in many port cities as the industry grows. Venice, Italy made waves in 2021 by banning large cruise ships from its historic center. It's a win for preservationists, but it means fewer visitors get to experience the iconic canals up close. For cruise lovers, it's a stark reminder that even the most popular ports can become off limits. And it's not just overpopulation that's pushing the cruise ships away. The Norwegian fjords are some of the most breathtaking landscapes in the world, but they're also fragile ecosystems. Norway is setting the pace for eco-friendly cruising, restricting access to their pristine waters to zero-emission cruise ships beginning in 2032, being pushed back from what was initially supposed to be 2026. Bold move that can make the fjords more exclusive than ever, but it also raises a crucial question. Will other destinations follow Norway's lead, and can the cruise industry keep up? So what does all this mean for cruise lovers? We're looking at a future with fewer ships in popular ports, higher prices, and more limited access to iconic destinations. Cruising is steering towards becoming a more exclusive luxury experience, but it's not all doom and gloom. The industry is adapting in some fascinating ways. As traditional ports grapple with over-tourism, cruise lines are charting a different course, creating their own private paradises. This trend isn't new, but it's rapidly evolving and reshaping the cruise experience. The concept of private cruise destinations dates all the way back to 1977, when Norwegian Cruise Line acquired Great Stirrup Cay in the Bahamas. For years, these private stops were little more than beautiful beaches with basic amenities. But oh, how times have changed. Today, cruise lines are transforming these private ports into full-fledged luxury resorts. Royal Caribbean's Perfect Day at Coco Cay, which debuted in 2019, is a prime example. With a $250 million investment, it offers everything from the tallest water slide in North America to overwater cabanas and a balloon ride that takes you 450 feet up in the air. Other cruise lines have quickly followed suit. MSC opened Ocean Key MSC Marine Reserve in late 2019, focusing on eco-friendliness and marine conservation. Disney Cruise Line's Castaway Cay remains a favorite among families, and they're not stopping there. In fact, Disney recently opened Lookout Cay at Lighthouse Point, their second private island in the Bahamas. This new destination blends the classic Disney magic with a local Bahamian culture and a strong commitment to environmental stewardship. And the list of private cruise destinations continues to grow. But the industry isn't stopping there. Royal Caribbean's recent acquisition of the Costa Maya cruise port in Mexico signals a new phase in this trend. While they now own the whole port, they're also developing a new area within it called Perfect Day Mexico. Set to debut in 2027 as part of the Perfect Day Island collection, this 220-acre section of Costa Maya promises to blend a massive water park with ecological preservation areas. This project shows how cruise lines are not just creating new private destinations, but also transforming existing ports to offer more controlled, branded experiences. By 2030, industry experts predict that most major cruise lines will have multiple private destinations in their portfolios. These exclusive ports are becoming a key differentiator in a competitive market. For cruise passengers, these private paradises offer controlled environments, exclusive experiences, and often a respite from the crowds found in popular public ports. But they also raise important questions. What does the rise of private destinations mean for local economies that once depended on cruise tourism? How will these controlled environments impact the authentic travel experiences many cruisers seek? And as cruise lines invest heavily in these private ports, will we see a decrease in visits to public destinations? As we sail into the future, private destinations are likely to become an even more integral part of the cruise experience. They offer a solution to over-tourism in popular ports and provide cruise lines with more control over the passenger experience. But they also represent a significant shift in what it means to cruise, potentially transforming the industry from a means of exploring diverse destinations to a more resort-like experience at sea. The evolution of private cruise destinations reflects the broader changes we're seeing in the industry. As we navigate the challenges of over-tourism and environmental concerns, these exclusive paradises may well become the new face of cruise tourism. The question is this the future of cruising you're looking for? As environmental regulations tighten and sustainability becomes a key focus, the cruise industry is responding with a new breed of ships, the eco-giants. These vessels are pushing the boundaries of size, technology, and environmental responsibility. Leading the charge is Royal Caribbean's Icon of the Seas, which made its grand debut in January 2024. At nearly 250,000 gross tons and capable of carrying over 7,000 passengers, it's not just the world's largest cruise ship, it's a floating city that's redefining what's possible at sea. Icon of the Seas is powered by liquefied natural gas, typically referred to as LNG, which significantly reduces emissions compared to traditional marine fuels. It's also equipped with shore power connectivity, allowing it to plug into local electrical grids when in port, further reducing its environmental impact. But the innovations don't stop there. The ship features advanced waste heat recovery systems, turning waste heat from the engines into electricity. It also uses air lubrication technology to reduce drag and fuel consumption, and has a state-of-the-art wastewater treatment plant. Royal Caribbean isn't alone in this eco-revolution. Carnival Corporation has launched several LNG-powered ships across its brands. MSC Cruises World Europa and soon-to-debut World America are also LNG-powered giants, boasting a fuel cell demonstrator that converts LNG into electricity with near-zero emissions. These eco-giants represent a significant investment for cruise lines. Royal Caribbean has already ordered 3 more ships in the Icon class, each costing over $2 billion. This commitment suggests that the industry sees these ships as the future of cruising. But as impressive as these ships are, they raise important questions about the future of the cruise industry. While these ships are more eco-friendly per passenger, their sheer size means they still have a substantial environmental impact. Are bigger ships truly the answer to sustainability in cruising? Can existing ports accommodate these megaships? Will we see a shift towards fewer, larger ports capable of handling these giants? As ships grow larger, how will this affect the onboard experience? Will cruising feel more like visiting a floating resort than exploring multiple destinations? With each ship representing a multi-billion-dollar investment, will we see a consolidation in the industry as smaller cruise lines struggle to keep up? These high-tech ships come with hefty price tags. Will cruising become more expensive, potentially pricing out budget-conscious travelers? Given their size and environmental requirements, will these ships be limited in where they can sail, potentially reducing the diversity of cruise itineraries? As we sail into this new era of cruising, these eco-giants promise a more sustainable future, but they also may fundamentally change the nature of cruise travel. The question is, are these changes steering the industry in the right direction? As traditional cruise destinations become more restrictive, the industry is charting courses to new horizons. Emerging markets in Asia, South America, and even the Middle East are becoming the new frontiers of cruise tourism. In Asia, China's growing middle class has made it a key focus for cruise lines. Asia is currently the world's 3rd largest cruise market, with Singapore positioning itself as the cruise gateway to Southeast Asia. South America is also seeing an increased interest. Amazon River cruises are gaining popularity popularity, allowing passengers to explore the world's largest rainforest. Meanwhile, countries like Brazil are investing in new cruise terminals to attract more ships. Perhaps the most surprising new frontier is the Middle East. The Red Sea is emerging as a cruise destination, with Saudi Arabia planning significant coastline development. Dubai and Abu Dhabi have already established themselves as winter cruise hubs. These emerging markets offer exciting opportunities for both the cruise industry and adventurous travelers, but they also raise important questions. How will increased cruise traffic affect sensitive ecosystems in these new destinations? Can local cultures and economies benefit meaningfully from this influx of tourism? And as cruises venture into less familiar territories, how will this change the passenger experience? As the cruise industry expands into these new frontiers, it's not just about discovering new destinations, it's about reshaping the global map of tourism. For cruise enthusiasts, this means a world of new experiences. But for the industry and these emerging destinations, it means navigating uncharted waters of opportunity and responsibility. While megaships are making waves in popular destinations, a different trend is emerging for those seeking a more intimate and adventurous experience. Expedition cruising. This growing niche is redefining what a cruise vacation can be. Expedition cruises typically use smaller ships carrying anywhere from 100 to 500 passengers. These vessels are designed to navigate challenging waters, allowing them to reach remote destinations that the larger ships just simply can't access. But don't let their rugged capabilities fool you. Many of these ships offer 5-star amenities, combining adventure with luxury. Imagine returning from a day of penguin watching in Antarctica to a gourmet meal and a spa treatment. Popular expedition destinations include the polar regions of Antarctica and the Arctic, the wildlife-rich Galapagos Islands, and the lush Amazon rainforest. But it's not just about the destination, it's about the journey. These cruises often feature onboard experts like marine biologists, historians, and naturalists offering in-depth educational experiences. The expedition cruise market has seen significant growth in recent years, with luxury brands like Seabourn, Silversea, and Viking all launching purpose-built expedition ships. Even Crystal Cruises, which relaunched in 2023, has announced plans for an expedition vessel. This trend raises some interesting questions for the future of cruising. As more travelers seek unique, off-the-beaten-path experiences, how will this niche market impact mainstream cruising? With increased traffic to sensitive ecosystems, how can expedition cruising balance tourism with conservation? As luxury expedition cruises become more popular, will we see a shift in what travelers expect from a cruise experience? Expedition cruising represents a significant shift in the industry, catering to travelers who want to explore the world's most remote corners without sacrificing comfort. It's adventure travel for the 21st century, and it's charting a new course for what a cruise can be. As cruise ships grow larger and more elaborate, we're seeing a fascinating shift in the industry. The ship itself is becoming the destination. These floating resorts are packed with so many amenities that some passengers are content to never set foot on land during their entire voyage. Take Royal Caribbean's Oasis-class ships, for example. These behemoths feature 7 distinct neighborhoods, including a central park with over 20,000 real plants and trees. You'll find everything from zip lines and surf simulators to ice skating rinks and aqua theaters on board. It's not just about thrills and spills though. Cruise lines are upping their game in dining and entertainment too. Celebrity Cruises has partnered with Michelin-starred chefs for their onboard restaurants. Royal Caribbean is pushing the boundaries with high-tech entertainment like their robotic bartenders and immersive multi-sensory aqua theaters. And Virgin Voyages even has tattoo parlors at sea, along with edgy, non-traditional shows that blur the line between audience and performer. This trend toward destination ships is reshaping the cruise experience. For many passengers, especially first-timers or families with children, the ship's amenities are becoming as important as, if not more than, the ports of call. While this evolution offers an incredible array of options for passengers, it also raises some intriguing questions. As ships become more elaborate, how will this impact the traditional appeal of cruising as a way to visit multiple destinations? Could this trend help alleviate over-tourism by keeping more passengers on board in port? And with so much focus on onboard amenities, how will this affect the economic relationship between the cruise lines and port destinations? This shift toward floating resorts represents a significant evolution in what it means to cruise. It's no longer just about the journey or the destinations. For many, the ship is now the main attraction. As we dock at the end of our journey, it's clear that the future of cruising is shaping up to be more exclusive, more adventurous, and more sustainable. But it's also likely to be more expensive and in many ways more limited. The cruise industry is at a crossroads, and the choices made now will shape your vacation options for years to come. Will stricter regulations and higher costs price you out of your dream destinations, or will new technologies and destinations open up exciting possibilities? One thing's for sure, the cruise experience of tomorrow won't look like the one you know today. So what do you think of the future of cruising? Are you excited about what lies ahead for the industry? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, as I'd love to hear. And remember, whether you're planning a cruise next year or next decade, staying informed is your best defense against the choppy seas ahead. So until next time, may your seas be smooth and your horizons wide. Bon voyage!